I don't know if we, okay.
Don't worry, I'm just recording. I'll edit it out.
Did you already start it?
No, I did not. I'm just recording so that way I don't have to worry about it when it starts.
Exactly. Good job. Alexis, you start, and I'll jump in and I'll drive the. I'll share my screen and drive the slides.
You got the script?
I have it in front of me.
Okay. So I'll just go for one of the first two sentences, and then you jump on, and then I do the blue parts. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, who's putting up splash screen?
I will. Hang on a second. Hold on a second.
Mute everybody.
Hang on, everybody. What is this not working?
You can do it. Last one. Last one.
I know. It's all going to hell. You'd think I'd started drinking it. Oh, that's why my keyboard's not plugged in. Go. Okay, fuck it. Okay, never mind. Just go. All right, I'm ready.
Are we live?
No.
We are live.
We are live.
All right, guys, we're live. How
Wait for some
awesome
people
is
to pour
that?
in.
All right, Alexis, take it away.
So hello, everyone. Well, it's been 3 days now, and sadly, this joint event of the Digital Production Symposium and the Pipeline Conference comes to an end. We've ended with wonderful sessions, but it's not finished yet. But we really want to thank you all for attending both of these events this year. And by attending, it shows all the support you have for DigiPro and for the Pipeline Conference. So we would really like to thank you all for attending this special event this year.
Yeah, so first off, we want to say, okay, sorry. So make sure your thing is on the right screen. Thank you for the Pipeline Conference to our TPC committee. All of these people were helping on the TPC side. We also want to thank the DigiPro folks who brought their team as well. This was truly like a village effort, and you know, it was wonderful to work with DigiPro. We were really happy when they asked us, because we just, you know, combined forces and put this all together. We also want to thank our sponsor for the Pipeline Awards, Autodesk. They were great to work with, and we really appreciate the support. Okay, also want to thank our families, especially who've been helpful for us, supporting us while we're busy. I also want to give us a shout out for me personally to the Mill and to Zoic Studios, who supported me in my efforts to bring this conference together, and Autodesk as well, supporting Rob and Tram on that side. And every studio who's been supporting the people on our list previously mentioned. You know, it's wonderful to have the support of the community and support of the companies, big and small.
And you have probably already met one of our TPC volunteers moderating a few sessions. I am talking about Rob Blau. Rob, if you could please turn your camera on. And also another of our team members, Tramley Jones, Could you please step forward, Tram? And I would like to introduce you to Rob and Tram as TPC 21 co-chairs.
Yeah. So
hi, everybody.
Yeah, say hello.
Yeah, so I'm super excited to co-chair next year. Here's hoping that we all get to see each other in person. And already I'll put a call out. People who want to get involved, want to kind of help spread the gospel of pipeline, get in touch. Let's make next year amazing. We've got a high bar to match. This year was phenomenal. So definite hats off to Alexis and Fran for rolling with a whole lot of punches to put together such an amazing, amazing year for the Pipeline Conference. Tram?
Couldn't have said it better myself. I was scrambling to find the unmute button for a minute. But yeah, looking forward to next year. Really excited to see, you know, what more we can bring. I mean, this year definitely came together, you know, I guess, you know, so well. It's going to be a hard one to top. I mean, this will go down in the memory books for sure. We hope that together, Rob and I can help carry that torch on and make next year even more memorable.
Thank you, Rob and Tram.
Alexis and I, well, Alexis and I, we're not leaving the Pipeline Conference. We have big plans. And so Alexis is going to do the next announcing.
So we're announcing it. We're taking the opportunity of the conference to announce a new initiative to bring the pipeline community together. And over the last years, we have created and encouraged local pipeline groups to emerge. I can think of LA, Vancouver, Montreal, London, Paris, but we think there's room for more, many more. And today we're announcing an online place to bridge all those local groups and let them interact together online and virtually. So it's not local anymore, it's like global. We will have this Global Pipelines domain up and running by the next event, which is happening during SIGGRAPH, the Global Visual Effects Pipeline BOF, Birds of a Feather. It's currently slated for Thursday, the 27th of August. The time is TBD, but it will happen. And this is, you know, one of the smaller events that grew and grew and grew, and that led to this conference today and over the past 3 days. And it's still happening. And now we would like everyone's feedback. And if you want to get involved in the Pipeline Conference, and if you have anything to tell us, please reach out. We're there and we're listening.
Yeah, and the feedback is going to go to both TPC and DigiPro folks. So we want to hear what you thought about this event, ways to make things better, things you love, things you hate. It's all good.
And thank you again to all the DigiPro team.
Yeah.
You've reached out and you made us, you made this possible. And so thank you very much.
Yeah. And now we're going to hand it over.
Hey there. Being a DigiPro chair is a 2-year gig. It's got staggered terms, so there's always overlap with the previous year's chair. And back in January, when I asked Rob to be my program co-chair, everything seemed so straightforward back then. What could possibly go wrong? Well, at that time, none of us had any idea of the roller coaster the next 7 months would be. So my biggest thank you was to Rob, actually, for joining me on this ride and helping keep us all grounded. May the next year be a piece of cake. Good luck with that. On behalf of Rob and myself, I would like to extend another thank you to all of our speakers and to our program committee, which we did not share before, and we're going to share right now. So these are the people who made this possible through quarantine and the turmoil of the early pandemic. These people came together along with the speakers to put together some fantastic content that we saw this week. Another thanks goes out, of course, to our keynote speakers again, and Rachel Rose, who was my program co-chair from last year, who organized this year's keynote. With the exception of the Mandalorian keynote, all talks and Q&A sessions from this year will be available online. Sorry, I'm making sure I stop screen sharing. All the talks from this week will be available online. The ones for Monday and Tuesday are available now, and today's recordings will be available later today or tomorrow, depending on your time zone. They will be available to watch through Whova for the next at least month. We're still working out if we can get it for longer and what exactly will be available. So one final thank you from me is to our volunteers who went above and beyond this year to make this conference happen. Special thank you to Eric Enderton, our Grand Poobah, Corbin Gossett, our social media expert, Ayumi Kimura, our webmaster, and Tram Lee Jones, our everything expert. You guys completely rock. I'm gonna hand it over to Sandy.
Thanks, Trina. Yes, this wouldn't have been possible with all the people behind it, the volunteers, and I'm so glad we partnered up with the Pipeline Conference. And thanks everybody for going on this journey with us and experimenting with the format. It's a great example of how adaptable and forward-thinking our community is. We do appreciate your engagement and your time to attend the conference. I know that time zone makes it difficult, so we thank the attendees who had to watch in the middle of the night at crazy hours of the morning. So if you missed it this morning, today's chair intro has a great back history of DigiPro by Eric Enderton, the Grand Poobah, as you know. So you can go back and watch it. And also, DigiPro has a tradition to have t-shirts. And due to the format this year, we were not able to hand them out. But thanks to the ideas of the Pipeline Conference, we also opened up our online store to make these available. As well, remember the leaderboard, we will be sending those people the gift certificates so they can get their DigiPro or TPC merchandise. So it's not too late to get free stuff because we have another surprise in our high fidelity reception. Since we can't hand out drink tickets, the chairs will have a 3-number code for you to decipher using the Wikipedia entry on computer graphics. This is a little geeky, I guess. Decode it using the book cipher method and email your decoded 3 words to the help@thepipelineconference.org. You can practice sending your feedback that way. If you're the first 20, you will get a gift certificate to something from the TPC and DigiPro stores. All right, so I hope you got all that. And so go ahead and try to find the chairs and get your code to decode. Is that too inception? All right, and now over to our chairs that will carry on for next year.
Thanks, Sandy, Fran, Alexis, Trina. It's definitely been a great learning experience sharing the planning process with all of you this year. Thank you for showing Rob and I the ropes as the newbies this year. As Eric mentioned this morning, none of us knew what we would take on this year, trying to organize a virtual conference. And I think we can all safely say we're still not experts, so we're maybe much better prepared to see how to use a format like this in future years. For Rob and I coming in as new chairs this year, it's also been a very rewarding experience, immediately joining a network of engaged experts in our field and being able to leverage their combined experiences from the last 10 years running a conference for this community. Personally speaking, and knowing how easy it is to have tunnel vision at any one of our day jobs, this experience has reminded me what a large network we have access to help problem solve and learn from, especially during these periods of major disruption and change. A huge thank you to the TPC crew. Could not have done especially the last few weeks of preparation without you. Fran, Alexis, Tram, RuPaul, Rob, Satish, Ryan, and many others for jumping in with both feet and helping us figure out how to support this format this year. It's really been awesome to have buddies with a spectrum of skill sets to pull this off with. Thank you again to all our sponsors this year. A special thanks to ACM for continuing to guide us through co-locating this conference with SIGGRAPH, though that took a whole new meaning this year, obviously. And for our premium sponsor this year, Epic Games, and all our other sponsors, OLM Digital, Conductor Technologies, Pixar, Autodesk, and the Academy Software Foundation. Just a plug, don't forget to check out the Open Source Day, which is being held next week on the 19th and 20th. You can find more information on their website, as well as you can check out our sponsor center on Whova to learn more about each of these companies. If your company or association missed the opportunity to help us in terms of sponsorship and partnership, please let me know directly or ping the chair's alias, which we'll refer to soon in email, and make sure to reach out. So we'll make sure to reach out to you first as soon as planning starts in 2021. And I'm going to hand it off to Rob to close us out.
Yeah, well, 2021, it can only get better from here, right? Right? Maybe? As mentioned, Trina and Sandy are going to move on from being active DigiPro chairs to DigiPro alumni. So Gloriz and I will be searching for new co-chairs to join us next year. And there are lots of different ways that you can get involved in DigiPro. We've already said that running a conference takes a village, so we're always on the lookout for volunteers. Whether it's to moderate sessions, provide support, there's always something that needs doing. And while we have a strong program committee that Trina showed, we're always interested in bringing in fresh blood there too. But of course, DigiPro is nothing without its submissions. So if you really want to get involved, submit something. We've had 3 amazing days of presentations spanning so many different aspects and perspectives on the visual effects process. We know it was a huge ask this year, but you, the community, you really stepped up. And for those of you who wanted to submit, but due to the obvious state of the world just couldn't, we'd still love to hear your story next year. So submit then. Now, planning for DigiPro 2021 is likely going to begin in earnest in the very early months of the year. The submission deadline will likely be near the end of May, and then we'll host a conference, whether it's in person or virtually, in the summer. Now, there's one last way that you can get involved. Now, yes, right now, we want to hear from you. If you're interested in being part of this live chat, there should be a raise hand option in Zoom. So click that button and we'll try to promote you to be a speaker. Now, if you're feeling shy, but still do have thoughts about what was amazing or perhaps what was not so amazing this year, please, please, please do let us know, whether it's via Whova or Carrier Pigeon or any other way you can think to reach us. For DigiPro, you can email chairs@digiproconf.com. For TPC, you can email feedback@thepipelineconference.com. We'll make sure these are all emails that are sent to you as part of a conference ending message. And of course, if and when you're sick of seeing our faces or hearing our voices, jump over to High Fidelity. Over there, the party never stops. So Sandy, do we already have anything to discuss yet?
Let's see, Rachel raised her hand. So, oh, and we forgot to talk about how many people registered. The stats, just a little bit on the stats. So we have 661 attendees registered and 94% downloaded the app, probably from Whova's aggressive marketing. And we just, that is up from 500 when we first just started the conference. And we actually had to swap out some of our Zoom lines last minute just to make sure that we could fill the capacity. And so thank you for ACM, Ashley over there for helping that. And you sent about 3,100 messages. I don't know what you're all talking about, but I'll go back and read it. We got to get people to raise their hands.
All right, well, if you want to be part of the 2021 discussion, stick around, raise your hand, and bear with us while we figure out how this all works. If not, head over to High Fidelity and start working on that decryption game that Sandy was talking about, and we will meet you all over there. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
I thought I promoted Rachel, but she keeps raising her hand.
I know. I don't know why she keeps raising her hand.
Rachel and Andrew.
And Andrew,
I think there may be a technical issue where they get bumped out by the Whova platform.